Hello everyone. Today I'm going to be going over an effect that you can see on screen right now. It is a lightning static effect. You can use it on text, you can use it on anything really. It's a really simple effect and I'm going to show you how to create this in this tutorial. Okay, so here we go. I've turned the animation off and I'm going to create a new animation here. Just leave that as layer 1 for now, and I'm going to start off with showing you how to do a section, and then after that you should have all the information you need to carry on and finish off whatever you want and use it wherever you please. So we need to start off with a staticky lightning shape thing. Just gonna whack some at random out here. Lightning-y shapes. If you're not sure on how to get a decent looking lightning effect, I have a tutorial that I did last week which you can check back up on. I'm going to be using a few of the same rules here. So there we are. We already have our first spark. Press play and it's not impressive, I know. So what we want to do is we want to, at first we need it to stick around a little bit. So what we're going to do is take the blur tool and duplicate this frame 3 times, go back to the first frame. So now on 3 frames we have the lightning effect, and then it goes away, so it looks like this. It sticks about, but it is still not impressive. So like I said, take the blur tool, which is you can find over here. Blur, if you're using Aseprite. If you're using something else, I'm sure pretty much everything has a blur tool that you can use, or you can do your own gradient off it. And we want to blur that twice over. And by use your own gradient, what I'm saying is we have bright white, as you can see it's 100% in value, and then stepping down 83, stepping down again 71 and 48. So it's just fading out into the background basically. And so there we have it. That's the first frame. You blurred it twice. We now move on to the next frame. Take the blur tool again, and this time just go over it once. So it's going from an intense glowing lightning and it's coming down 1 step, 2 step, gone. So now let's have a look at that. It should look a little bit better. Yeah, see, now it doesn't just blink on and blink off. It doesn't just blink, pause and blink off. It fades away. It comes with intensity and then it fades away. That's the effect you want. But by itself, that's still not impressive. It doesn't really change the atmosphere of the text or anything like that. This is where we need to start adding other simple effects in. So I'm going to show you how to do that. What I like to do is where it strikes, I want to create a light around where it strikes. So I do that by taking a colour similar to whatever it's striking. In this case I'm going to take one of the border colours, just lighten it up a bit, which I've already done. It's up here. I've already created a lighter version of it, and I'm going to go along and increase the light on that colour, just around the edges, just a little bit. So when the lightning strikes now, we should be getting a little bit, you know, we're going to feel it a bit more. It's going to be like, yeah, it's made contact. And we then want to take another colour here. I want to lighten this area. I should fill that in so that all the areas where it's hitting is showing that it's hitting. We want to do this on the first frame as well. And so I'm going to take this darker area and lighten that up a little bit again. Ooh, not that much. Just go over it like so. Just go all the way around. Fill that bit of lightning in there. So we're going to take that all the way around there, coming down here, and keeping everything to the same length so far. I'm going to go over that one more time so it's just a bit thicker, so it's more recognizable, because this isn't going to be as zoomed in as we're going to be. As you can see from the preview, it's very much smaller. And then I'm going to fade it out with, so it's just a single. When I say fade it out, here I've thickened it and made it like a double pixel, and then back to single pixel, so it fades a little bit. So there we go. Now when it strikes, it should look a little bit better now. So we'll go out and have a look at this. Yeah, see, now you know that it's hitting it, and it still feels like there's something missing a bit. Now you could cloud this when you put in all the other statics on. It's gonna look a bit, you know, you're not gonna notice so much missing on. You'll just feel it. And to get rid of that feeling, I'm just thickening this corner a little bit, because I just feel like a curve would look better. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to make it so it affects, not only lights up, but affects the letter it's hitting as well, by giving it a static, like trails of static and lightning just going over the text. So to do this, I'm going to skip the first frame where it hits, and on the second frame I'm going to start throwing down some trails that's following the border of my text, like this. Now I'm starting with it thick and following it around where it thins out, and I'm going to do the same up here. Let's start with a 4 square and follow the border around a bit, and I'm also going to do one that shoots across the text, but I'm not going to do that yet. I'm going to do that just after these two, because that's a little bit different. I'm going to show you what the difference is. So we'll go with this first. So I'm following on from where the last point was, and I'm just following it down. This time it's going to be shorter, so it gets a bit shorter, and then again it's going to get shorter, and then shorter and shorter until it fades away. So goes into smaller pieces and then goes. And I'll do that with the other side as well. So it carries on along here. It gets a little bit shorter, shorter again, shorter, 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 and gone. So let's take a quick look at that and how it looks now. And there we go. Now when it hits, you see the sparks come out of it. It's looking much better, like it's still affecting the text. Now sometimes you want it to affect the text just that bit more, and to do that, what I do is I have one cross over the text, and I can do another little effect as well. So here we go, we've got this one crossing over. Now the difference with this one, it still starts off the same, but it is much longer. If it is crossing over the text rather than going down the side of it, or if it's crossing over a body of a character, a sword, anything like that, instead of going down the edges, you want it to be faster. And by faster, just make the line longer, maybe even thicken it up a bit more. So now it's longer, it's going to shoot faster because you're moving it further, but you want it to be just as visual, so you need to see it. So you can't just do like a little bit here and then move it 7 miles. You want it to flow through itself. So we've got a really long piece here, and then we're going to continue here into the border, like so. But now it's shrunk. Now it's hit the border. It's shrinking, and I'm going to make it a bit smaller here. But now what I'm going to do another effect where I shoot over to the other side. So there's a gap here, and I feel like I could shoot straight over there. So what I do on the next one is what I'm going to do first is I'm going to continue this down till it's finished, so you can see the finished result first. And then So let's have a look at that finished result before I continue with that. So here we go. Much better. Now you can, if you like, I experimented with this a little bit. You might prefer it, I wasn't so keen. You can put the same light in here that you've got. You can put that, you can thin this white part out and put the lighting down at the sides of it so that it's like a light that's going across. I played with them both. I like this effect, but people's opinions and tastes are different. You might like the other effect, but I'm just saying you can use this light and, you know, you can create some pretty cool effects, but I like to keep it simple and just one big white line. Why not? So I said down here I wanted to shoot it across there, and what I do here is I'll take it from this position and I'll create a line across that looks like it's forking, so it's like a strike, I guess. Now I want to copy this and I want to move to the next frame after I've copied it and paste it back in. Now what I need to do here is make sure that this lightning is still striking the other side, but it's following the static as it goes down as well. So again, I want to copy and paste and just make sure that it's following that little bit down. Right, so now we have that effect again. What we want to do is we want to go to the first strike when it goes over, and we want to take the blur tool really big and blur it twice. Same again, blur once and then leave it because it disappears. Now that's just for the strike itself, so let's take a look at that. Looks really cool. And the last part I'm going to show you now is, since that's striked, we're going to have another little piece of static flying out of that. We're lost for words for a minute there, sorry. So another little piece of static flying out of here. Remember, frame 2. You don't have to worry too much about the light in here. You can again, this personal preference, you can take this effect where it shoots over here and you can add it in. I mean, I like both, but I like to keep things simple and quick. But I think, you know, it's a bit of information you could do with, just in case you fancy a bit of something different. See, I like doing tutorials this way because, you know, there's room for improvement and you get to experiment and try different things, but you know a good base, you've got a good base to start with, and you can just follow on from that base. It's like making a plain pizza. You know, you can put on your own toppings. You know, just experiment and try new things. I'd give you the base of the pizza, throw on some toppings. Nice analogy, yeah? Right then, so there we go. We've got the trail going down. Let's have a look at the final thing. Pachoo, pachoo. Looks really cool. Now, like I said, you can have more light there if you want, on either side where it sparks. And you can continue the effect and try different things on other parts. You can have lightning strike down. One thing I did experiment with was lightning striking down, and when it hits a letter, the letter lights up and glows completely with this effect and then fades away as the lightning trickles down. It's a really cool effect, but I don't want to be going into something so advanced just straight off the bat. I started with lightning, now I've done the static part. Maybe I'll go into something like that a bit later. But if I put the lightning back on now, the full animation that I've done, you can see I made something like this which is pretty cool. So I hope you guys found this useful and enjoyed the tutorial, and I hope it gives you a good place to start building your own kind of effects, and I'll catch you in the next tutorial.